like period furniture from 1950.
Oh wow!
It's quite a trip.
Sounds very Fallout-esque.
Yeah. So
Yeah, well,
is it that glowing spot I can see on the horizon?
Sounds
yeah,
like
it's
Chernobyl.
been offline forever, but it is a museum and it's pretty interesting.
Nice.
I don't recommend it making it a destination, but if you're ever in the area, it's worth a
But
stop.
if you happen to ever get lost out here, just there, you may come across it.
Look for the glow in the horizon.
Right.
Dog will find it then. He's lost.
Clearly.
Well, the route doesn't take us up this hill, stuck out in the middle of this plain, but I'm going up it anyway.
We go around the butt.
There you go
Actually
around
looks
the
like
back.
Yeah. Some low-lying clouds here. Come down a little bit. Oh.
Who's in the Astro?
Yeah, I was just looking back there and I was like, that's a really fast Astro. I think they probably changed out the way I'd be keeping up with us. I could be wrong. Modified the files, maybe.
Why the Endeavor if you modified the Astro files and didn't break literally everything?
Hi guys, mind if I join in?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead, man.
Absolutely.
Welcome.
Yeah, ID yourself.
Please.
Please
This
and thank
isn't
you.
Halo Infinite. There's no KD ratio check. Don't worry.
Here we
All
go.
broken landing gear here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Does get quite foggy, doesn't
There
it?
are still hills here. Alright, that's good.
Yeah, that's the butt.
Yeah, we're gonna go over some of the biggest hills in just about 30 minutes.
Yeah, except that the cloud layer gonna stay at below 7 grand.
Trim out. Jesus.
Flight level 70.
Gonna go land in that crevasse looking thing on top of that mountain. You could almost call it a crack. Gonna take it up there.
A crack in the butt? Say it ain't so.
Yeah, gotta land in a crack in the butt.
But there's probably a hole in there somewhere.
Oh my god, it's called exactly that. I'm looking at it now on little nav map. Big Southern Butt is the airfield, but Big Southern Butt is this mountain. Amazing. See, Americans do have a sense of humor.
It's pronounced Butte, but
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, you can
gotta-
actually
gotta-
fly the full length of the crack.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, it's got a road through it.
Nice.
It's got a
How-
funky
how
smell
inviting.
wafting from it.
yeah, but
Yeah, let me just shut the windows. Jesus.
Yeah.
don't be anal about it.
Oh,
Oh, I fucking love German humor. When it comes, like, it's just amazing.
That was the
It's
best yet. Yeah,
so
that was good.
just-
Oh, this is a road. Huh. Doing a touch and go on the road.
Right, I flew through the crack on the butt. No touch and go though. Didn't want to touch down and make the mountain cough.
No one wanted to touch the butt.
No.
He touched the butt.
I
It can't
slid
give
the-
consent, so we
I-
just go around.
I slid the full length of the crack.
God.
Get a lot of mud on your tires through that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was pretty low.
God.
We're so mature in here. I love it.
It's okay. He was wearing rubber.
Oh my God.
Such a mature group of individuals. Love it.
Yep. And,
Yeah, flight simulators attract.
he only left a few skid marks.
Good times, you guys.
Yeah, you go from guys that are about as uptight and by the book as it gets, just a bunch of degenerates like us.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
That's correct.
Even if I could do VATSIM, I just could not see myself lasting.
VATSIM is pretty cool if that's what you want.
But when a 12-year-old is controlling,
Oh,
it's really hard to take it
ouch.
serious.
Ouch, ouch.
At least those 12-year-olds actually want to be like air traffic controllers, well, unless
Yeah.
they really screw around.
I imagine
Yeah.
it'd be good training, like if you've got your private pilot's license, just to like keep up with it.
Yeah.
Good for the language and the conventions and things like that. But me,
I
I
would-
would just be, no, I'm not going to go round the pattern. I'm coming straight in, short.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's really good for the communication and possibly for like occasionally they will tell you you need to go do this procedure or that approach or something like that, and it's not something you're planning on. So to be able to react quickly and be able to pull that off, that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all that stuff should be second nature. You shouldn't have to think about it once you've
Yeah.
had the training, and it's probably a good way to keep that training up.
Right.
Or, get rid of your mic shyness before you actually are in a real plane and doing flight school.
That's a
Mhm.
good reason too. Hey.
They will never let me into the cockpit of a real plane, so I'll stick around flying planes in ways they're not supposed to be flown, going to places where I'm not supposed to be, so I don't need WhatsApp.
You used the word, supposed to be. I don't think there's any there's no rules here.
There's an airport to our left, but it's not even marked on the map.
That's my point.
Huh.
Positions are.
If it looks like an airport.
Yeah.
And there is Atomic City.
What's that?
That might explain no.
Did you already forget? That's what he was talking about earlier.
Like the Los Alamos of the Idaho.
I thought
Yeah,
you were talking
exactly.
about moon craters or something like that.
Or the
Oh, that was afterwards.
where the vault is. Go get some Nuka-Cola.
How is this Astro keeping up with my Wilga?
That's what I was
Rock
like.
out
I was
here?
like, that's clearly not an Astro, but
Maybe
he's
I
stuck
think
in
it's
the
a mod.
ground.
Is
So
there
I
a
don't.
high power mod for the Astro they came out with?
I
that
don't.
maybe
Are
keep
there?
up?
I mean,
Oh,
there's
some-
some mode, but there's not unless someone made one.
I think somebody did. I thought I remember seeing somebody mention that somebody did some sort of crazy high power mod on .to or something like that.
Yeah, there is one. I didn't download it, but I saw it.
Copy.
So they just changes the text file to the variable that dictates the power, makes
It's
it
not.
higher.
There's a custom physics engine. They'd have to know.
Yeah, have to do a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I thought
It's
the
not
Stage 2 Kid Fox was like that. They just changed the variable, pretty much.
Oh,
Oh, it's easy in single
His
plot
kit
planes like
box
that.
uses the Asobo flight model. Gravel
Astro was
made his
built
own
ground
flight
up.
model. He built a physics engine inside the Astro.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it's a different type of craft, so they had to do that. Surprised it was only $10. In that case, they had to do that work.
I guess it's because it's a novelty, so I don't know if it's really market.
I seem to have sold a shitload of them.
It's also
Yeah, but would have
Friends
sold
MO,
the shitload if it had been 20 euros or something like that.
They make high quality products and then they sell them for less than $30.
I'm so keen for the double ender. It's gonna be so cool.
I'm so happy they're doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, please do the double ender.
Yeah, it's
You know when it comes out though,
the
I'm gonna.
engine stove plane, right?
Yep.
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 Full configuration.
With
Yep.
like a super like pretty much all encompassing canopy that you might as well be flying a helicopter. Looks awesome.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean it's
honestly
not
surprised they
much
didn't
to look at it, but I mean it's just such
Hell,
it's such a wild
most-
like the guy's just like, I'm gonna take a cub, I'm gonna chop it up, and make the most extreme stole plane I can.
I'm surprised they're not actually in contact with the guy.
He spends a lot of his time over in Africa, I guess.
I was gonna say that's where it was made, right? That's where the first
No,
edition
well,
was
I'm not sure. I think they built it over here,
made.
but he spends a lot of time over there, and so when he comes back, they work on. Of course, they stopped work on the double ender, and now they've got the Ascender, I think, which is a side by side that they're working on. So, like, they're like, okay, we kind of learned everything we wanted from this front back configuration. Now we're gonna do a side by side. And it's not a push pull anymore. It's just a forward facing prop.
Ascender stole plane. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it's called the Ascender. I think the last time he updated the website was sometime late last year, I think. So it's still active, but like I said, he's so busy that it's one of those things.
Still just the double ender. God, sight on the double ender looks like trash, but that really cool, like fisheye
I
lens
know,
photo
right?
from the front.
Yeah, because they had to low cut the tail to make room for the prop, so it looks weird.
She's an odd one for sure.
I think it's gonna be fun.
Oh shit, yeah.
It should be
When
a
does
lot
it
of
come
fun
out?
to mess with.
Probably soon, because as soon as something is like announced, it usually comes out pretty quickly. At least in this sim.
Where did they
most
announce
part.
it?
It's already announced.
It's on the Flight Simulator forums.
Yeah,
under
it is.
Got Gravel.
Yeah, they're currently upcoming projects, basically. It
I didn't see
was
anything on the Discord.
no.
Yeah, he
John's
linked it
John's
a big
linked
bit back.
yeah
Yeah.
the current updated list. I think that was like Wednesday or Thursday. I think is when because somebody was asking about the DA50 and why that's been postponed, and then it came up. He posted these are our postponed projects or on hold, and the ones that we've got upcoming.
Yeah, I would want to like the DA62 in the game, but the problem is, no, it's an Asobo plane.
Yeah, Sobo is licensed the DA50, and somebody mentioned that they reached out to the Pades about doing some of their aircraft, and the response they got back was, nope, Microsoft bought the rights to basically all the Pades aircraft, so it seems like at some point they're going to bring them into the sim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I did hear.
That's why Draco is not ever coming from Godfriends.
Right.
Maybe a stole expansion or something like that.
That would
Or
be my
flying
guess.
expansion.
Something to that,
Well,
or like...
they've got that weird one where like the twin otters disappeared and then an A10 is coming.
I'm
It's-
convinced that they're gonna be doing an official twin otter. That's the only
Yeah.
reason that makes sense. I don't know why they would I mean, granted, the Twin Otter was gonna trash when it launched, but
I'm
it
going
doesn't
to be
really
pretty
make
miffed
sense.
if they're not updating the Twin Otter in favor of that when I've already bought it. Like,
Right.
I won't be legally acquiring their products from that point if they do that. That's pretty fucked up, honestly.
Yeah, I wonder if why the Twin Otters disappeared from the marketplace. They don't sell it anymore.
Well, it got like maybe 2 small patches. That was it.
That's
Like, I
kinda
got
in
it on
line with-
release.
That's
Quite
kind of
a-
in line with their
Yeah,
their stuff,
that's
though.
fair.
They don't seem to update on a regular basis.
Yeah. You know what I think really unfortunately got forgotten about with the Concords? Like, I think DC Designs is pretty much done supporting that project at this point.
We are somewhat spoiled here at Got Friends with our updates hourly, almost, it feels like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they-
does feel like that sometimes.
And
Yeah,
then
those guys-
H145, it gets updated a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hype's pretty good about their
Good at
stuff
it.
too. There's a small select group of developers that are
You got Big
doing
Ray,
really well with keeping stuff updated, especially to keep up with the changes that are happening in the sim as far as
the
the physics.
undocumented changes.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Flying irons. a good one as
Also,
well.
I got some bad news about my application to be on the marketplace. No applications are being reviewed right now until the backlog is cleared.
Oh my god, their backlog is like up to 1,000, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And
Fuck's
it's not
sake.
gonna get cleared because people just keep submitting that are already on the marketplace.
There
Right.
is so much trash on the marketplace. It needs a fucking cleanup for like actual good. products.
Absolutely.
Well, what they need to
I
do is
know,
they
I-
need to hire some testers. Like,
How the fuck did the Astro get bounced back when that Hercules can be released and it doesn't even have a fucking interior? Like, that blows my mind.
well,
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
like,
we have so
All
many
money.
But
So
even
many,
at
like,
the beginning, if you think about
Sim.
it, one of the first planes in the marketplace was this Kit Fox from Big Tire, which is really bad. You can't land that thing. And it was, at that time, there wasn't a backlog. It was
Yeah.
literally the first plane on
Yeah,
the market
it,
with sucked.
you could land it, you just couldn't stop once you did.
Mhm.
Like
They
there
just
is
roll and roll and roll.
there is a Corvette on there. Like, come on, guys. Like, sort your shit and don't let it turn into a fucking shitty app store. Like, actually have some quality control.
like the Chevy Corvette, like a car?
Yep.
Or the-
Yes.
the plane?
Yeah,
There's a Chevrolet Corvette car.
cars
on
and
the
boats
marketplace.
and all kinds of crap.
I heard there was a Holden Corvette they sold in Australia. Nah, just kidding.
Nah.
They could have, right? Chevy.
GM. Yeah, and if they did, it would be like a 6-figure car. That you can get the Camaro over there, but only like the best model of it. It's like $120,000, which is a fucking joke. That's like 70 or 80 grand US.
Yeah. Well, I think they had a Holden Suburban, but it's very uncommon. And then
Yeah, because the who makes the Suburban in the States?
Well,
Is
Chevy.
at
that
that
just
time
GM?
it was
Chevy.
both
So,
Chevy and GMC.
so they bought the Suburban over to Australia, sold it for a couple of years as a Holden Suburban.
Yeah, in the 90s, it was a while ago. Now it's like Chevy makes a Suburban. Now the GMC is a Yukon XL, and the Chevy Tahoe is just the regular Yukon. I think that's what it was. Maybe it's different now.
I think that all those similar body shapes and structures are Suburbans. They're all Suburbans.
Well,
Yeah,
GMC
pretty
is just like an upscale trim, and then you have Cadillac SUV.
Escalade.
Escalade.
I can't believe the prices of the Cadillac SUVs. That blows my mind.
Yeah, I would think I'd rather have a Holden or a Ford V8 in Australia than any of the American imports.
Well, they
Especially
don't
those
even
prices.
make them anymore. The
Is it gone now, is it?
the only rear-wheel drive full-size sedan that's sold in Australia right now is the Kia Stinger.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Is that because of the fuel prices?
No, that's because basically Ford and Holden Australia got all the government bailouts and shit, and said we'd keep making cars, got their money, and then just bailed. The Ford Falcon doesn't exist anymore. It's the Ford Mondeo, and the Holden Commodore is the it's the Opel. What's the UK? No, it's bigger than that. Opel, is it Amiga?
Oh, the Amiga.
No, maybe not that. Maybe not that.
Opel Omega, yeah, that's actually used to be a German brand. It's French now.
No, it's not the Omega. It's brand new. Hang on.
Insignia?
Yeah, Insignia would be the sort of Omega replacement.
Well, it's funny, in America, there's
Now,
only
I'll
one
have to do
Ford
something
car.
that I've never done and go to the Holden website. Give me a sec.
So what's
Ford got rid of all its cars in the U.S. except the Mustang. They realized we only drive SUVs now, so there's no, or they pick obviously the F-Series pickup trucks. So what's the point of making like the Taurus, the Fusion, Falcon, any of that in the U.S.? Ford realized no, discontinued it all except the Mustang.
So I'm looking at.
I think Ford in Europe actually discontinued the Mondeo. So I'm surprised that it's being produced in Australia.
So I'm looking at the Holden website right now. It looks like they don't even sell cars over there anymore. It's just all service centers.
So what happened to? I mean, V8 supercars are still going, right?
Yeah, if you want to see Toyota's race.
Ah, Jesus. Well, that was the whole point. It was touring cars.
Exactly, it was Ford versus Holden. And what sucks, it kind of went the same way as NASCAR. The whole point of that shit was like the winning car, like they'd sell the shit out of them because you could essentially go down to the dealership and order whatever car, one Bathurst, one NASCAR and that. But they're all like bespoke race cars now, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I mean you can still buy the road version. It's
You
just
can buy the road version, but yeah.
You wouldn't have the engine. You wouldn't have the, the trick. I mean, obviously they replace a lot of suspension and stuff like that when they turn into a race car. But for all intents and purposes, it was the same car.
Yeah. But no, it's
used to be
Mustangs and I think Toyotas. I think.
Well, that's not Australian V8 supercars, then, is it?
Fuck no. Yeah, it's the Ford Mondeo, the Mustang. They have a Mercedes, by the look of it, on the website. Oh,
Probably
the Chevy.
AMG.
They've got a Camaro by the look of it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound much fun.
But yeah, all pretty fucking soulless for cars over there now. It's because like Ford, from like the early 2000s into the early teens, Ford made shit. So all these companies like Kia, which were an absolute joke, turned their label around by just upping the quality ever so slightly to be better than Ford, made a fucking killing, and now they're making the nice cars. Ford and the big brands just chilled for too long selling shit, and others moved in.
Isn't that like happens a lot? Like the companies at the top rest on their laurels, the underdogs wake up, and then the tables turn. And that happens all the time.
That's it. Boeing went to sleep, and next thing you know, the Europeans are there.
Yeah.
Wait a moment. We are supposed to be there. We build good planes. Trust me on that.
We do build good planes. Much better than the American ones because they're just made out of iron, aren't they?
Look, if you told me 10, 15 years ago that Kia would be one of the most popular brands making actual quality, nice looking cars, I would have laughed my ass off.
I mean,
Hyundai's the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
They started out, the first ones they brought over with pure shit.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the
I mean,
same.
they didn't.
That's the same as the Japanese. When Honda brought their little cars over, everyone laughed. Now look at them.
Yeah.
You should see the first Subaru they sold in the U.S. I think it was. I read about this in some article. I never had heard of it. It was long before my time. It was called the 360. It was like a really tiny hatchback. They sold in the late 1960s, and it was.
Oh my
the
god!
most
It looks like
unsafe car ever.
It looks like if Russia tried making a Beetle.
It was almost like Trabant's level quality, like and size and like power. It was really like an absolute joke.
Have you
I have
never
not
been
tried
in
in this
Trabant?
strip.
And at that time, they
Yeah,
did like
can you see
regional.
the airstrip down there?
I
Dan?
can't. I'm seeing nothing. I'm right on it and I can't see it.
A
Yeah,
little
yeah.
patch of grass. You're not right on it, but you're actually a bit of ways from it. But
Oh, hang on, Dan. It's here. It's this dark patch right here with the shed at the back.
yeah, it's tiny and small, and there's literally nothing there. Just a big
I
old
got you.
patch of grass.
Yeah, there's like a strip here. Yeah.
All right, full throttle, one wheel, touch and go.
So we're gaining some altitude. We're about to climb the Tetons. Kind of.
Fortunately, it might be fogged in. I hope not.
Pretty clear.
We
Right
have
here, but
one
I see a
stop
big
between
clump.
here and Jackson, but yeah.
Be keen to see where EVs get to in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I'm holding out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's possible they might not get anywhere because the whole
Nah, that-
charging infrastructure's got to improve.
Nah, Cattle has just come out with a battery that's like holds capacity 70% more than the current lithium batteries, and are actually properly paving the way for electrified air travel. They're that good.
Yeah, I hope that comes to being. I just think there has to be stronger adoption, and people have to like change their mindset because you realize that, I mean, a fuel stop for an EV is going to take 20, 30 minutes, and then it's just the reality that people are going to have to adapt to if they're.
Mate, I would give up half an hour of my time if it wasn't costing me $100 to fill a car's fuel tank.
Well,
Cost
yeah,
you to charge the battery too.
Yeah, but not $100.
Well, actually, if you charge a Hummer EV in one station in the Washington D.C. area, there was an article about it. It was like $100, but that was an extreme case. The Hummer EV is very excess.
Oh, it's the excess I love. I want one of those things so badly.
Yeah, I mean, Australia.
Where all wheels steer. I want it.
In the UK, I heard you have to have like a actual LGV license or whatever, like a light goods vehicle, like mini truck license to be able to drive it because it weighs too much.
Yeah,
Right,
the battery weighs 40.
You wouldn't bother in the UK anyway. You wouldn't get it
Yeah, it's too
down
big.
half the roads or someone's driveway. It's ridiculous.
Well, I've seen videos of like the H1 Hummer like in the UK. I mean, I'm sure it's really uncommon to see those, but they do exist. But yeah, it's like at McDonald's drive-thru, he has to like get out and go to the other side because it's
Well, to
clearly,
be fair, Matt,
he's on the left side of the car.
I don't know if you've sat in a H1 before, man, but there's a lot of space between the driver's side and the passenger side.
Yeah, and there's like stuff there. You can't just. It's not even flat. It's like the whole engine is like right next to you.
You could have a 4-seater bench seat in a Hummer very, very,
Yep.
very easily.
Easily.
Well, you got to have somewhere to stand when you're on the 50 cal, right?
That's actually back a little bit.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. I'm kidding. Not on my Hummer. It wouldn't.
Oh, that's the military one. The civilian one, where, because obviously
Yeah,
there
yeah,
are
I know.
50 cars driving around. Yeah.
Hey, you been to the UK recently?
Yeah, you've been to America, or
I thought UK is just a whole bunch of people throwing knives out the windows, and that's their drive-bys.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's one
Yeah,
of those
but
few places
we got-
unarmed cops.
But we got a new king now, so nah.
About time that 74-year-old got his first job.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Wow.
Yeah, the last time you had a king, he decided to have an affair with an American woman and resigned. Or was that 2 kings ago,
No,
maybe?
that was 2 kings ago. We had a king after that.
Yeah.
So
He was
I
so in love with
saw-
this American woman, he abdicated.
I saw this comic this morning. It's like wife and husband. The wife's on the couch, and the husband's like, "Are you watching the coronation?" Yeah, it's like a once in a lifetime event. He's 74. A twice in a lifetime event.
Nah, God bless him, Charlie. But I do think the monarchy's days are numbered in the UK.
Oh look, like it's so outdated, right?
But it's a ceremonial role, though. I mean, I don't see why it would just be abolished.
Because it costs us, the taxpayers, a shit ton of money every year.
How much is this coronation costing? It was something like they could have built. Yeah, they could have built something like 500, buildings to house homeless people.
Yeah, well, the country's got to maintain its identity and traditions. I mean, even if it's taxpayer money, I would imagine. I know it might be a lot of taxpayer money.
America
But
said
that's
fuck that and built a
much
new
for the
tradition.
monarchy in
So
Netherlands or Scandinavia.
I think tradition's important personally, but
America never had a
I
king.
mean,
I know that's why we're America.
America.
said
we like
fuck
it that way.
We said fuck the tradition. We made our own bullshit ones.
Alright, we won't talk about that.
I mean, it's.
Why not? Let's get political.
Yeah,
Let's
let's not.
Let's not. It'll all be wrong.
Yeah.
Next
Let's-
year.
Let's
Political.
go back to
let's-
flying around mountains that look like butts, please.
Well, there is a similarity, you know.
Oh, where'd Doc go?
Doc's miles ahead.
Yeah, but he dropped off
Radar.
Discord.
Oh, he's probably on autopilot and gone for a shower.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 8,000 feet. Hope that's enough.
ID 72.
Yeah, I'm at 75. I might bump up to 8,000 as well. Oh.
The place here called Driggs, Idaho. Driggs, Idaho is just on this side of the Tetons. And Driggs, Idaho is home of the largest potato. They have it's a concrete potato, and it sits on the back of a classic Ford. It's a Ford flatbed. And
So it's not a potato.
people drive.
It's not an actual
People,
potato.
no, it's not. It's not a real potato. It's a whole potato.
Do you think someone just really fucked up pouring like a slab, and they're just like, you know what? It's a concrete potato.
We are in Idaho, right? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
They were actually pouring a plug for an old basement, and
No, so see what happened is
Pour.
that they left a cement truck out in the sun, and then they just had to crack it open.
It was a giant butt plug.
Oh,
Yeah, but if you're in the States, don't you just put dynamite in a gunked up cement truck and blow it apart, right?
Yeah, Mythbusters did that. It was great.
It was
Yeah.
the best. It was
Yeah.
the best one.
yeah, it's like the whole firecracker in your hand thing.
That and it was gone.
It was concussive, and there was
It
nothing
was
left.
amazing.
I'm more interested who chose the name Tetons, because in French it has a very special meaning.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
Uh-oh. What?
The meaning.
It means nipples.
Yay!
We got the butt mountain. And
Wait
the
till you-
nipple mountain.
We fly by it. Yeah.
What? I think
I may
settlers
just,
of the US were just a bunch of horn dogs.
I wouldn't fly past that. I may just brush lightly.
It was probably it was probably named by a French trapper.
They probably were.
Oh yeah, it could
Very
have
lonely
been.
French trapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those mountains are doing it for me.
Hey man, it's almost a sexual experience when you go see them in real life.
Right.
I'll send you a photo.
Okay.
Sitting at the bottom of them.
Right across the lake from there is a place called the Signal Mountain Lodge, which I will not recommend as a price point if you're looking for a place to stay, because it's pricey as shit. But they have a first-rate restaurant in there, and you can get 4 meat chili. It has deer, elk, moose. I don't think it had moose. Anyway, it had 4 different meats in the chili, and it was excellent. You could also get trout and eggs in the morning for breakfast if you like.
Like poached.
If you want them poached, yeah.
No, can you poach fish eggs? I was just being a dick, but if you can. Then...
Oh no. Maybe you can.
On my face.
But why the hell would you?
Fish eggs for breakfast is not honestly a go-to breakfast food for me, believe it or not.
No, these were chicken eggs, regular hen's eggs, but the trout was really a fish.
Y'all see the airfield out there?
Yeah, on final. And it is snowing.
Is it?
I think so. Oh,
And
it might be
that's-
rain, but
That's why I'm not flying
I'm not
live.
hearing any drops. But it's, well, part of
There's no
flying
snow on the
is
ground,
dealing
though.
with changing weather.
No,
No,
it's,
there's no snow on the ground.
Well, that isn't gonna be because it's above freezing, but there's still flakes in the.
yeah, tell us all that New Zealand.
Yeah. 18 degrees and lying snow.
Yeah.
It's 7 on the ground. It might be rain. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I don't know. My Vulga is not the fastest one today. I can barely make 100 knots.
You in the 35 or the 80 version?
80. 80x.
Really? Check your
35.
flaps.
Flaps are okay. Mixture is lean, so I don't really
Yeah.
know what I'm doing wrong here.
Well, I'm in the ATX as well. Mixture's just off lean, and I've got 124 knots indicated.
You flying a specific weather preset?
Kick the co-pilot out.
Yeah, kick the co-pilot out. That's usually what I do. Is I just
Yeah.
take
leave
as
me
much
alone.
leave as much out of the aircraft as I can.
You can put a James Bond aircraft in here and just have like a little button to eject him from the aircraft.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Live weather. I don't know if I have a significant headwind. or
Live
not.
weather looks real good through here right now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's fun. It looks nice. It's just that I'm a little bit slower than you guys.
Yeah, you should probably, once you're down in the valley bottom here, you should only have about 7 or 8 knots on from your right side.
India Delta 72, is that our stop point or it will stop in Jackson Hole Airport?
Say Jackson would be the halfway point, yeah.
Alright. Taking back off.
Where's Dark? Did he keep going on his flight plan?
I'm not seeing his tag.
Yeah, I can't see him.
Some say he's still flying the wrong way. Eventually, he'll get back all the way around to here. Eventually.
Oh no, I see him. He's with Rayla. He's on the deck.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Mind
followed
the
me.
mind the high
Oh, he's
tension
back.
tower here at the end of the runway. Just a heads up, guys. Might have to duck.
back.
Might have to skirt underneath some wires.
I'll definitely fly into them.
You bumped off Discord for a little bit, Dark. We thought you got ready for work.
That is the worst place for a high tension line.
I know, I
bumped
was like,
off
what?
Discord because you guys were talking politics.
Oh, that's fair too.
No worries, we went back to nipples.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
good shit.
Politics and nipples.
I just can't stand it. So if it starts getting to a point where I'm just like, I'll just sign out. I'll come back a few
That's
minutes
fair.
later.
That's fair.
We usually throttle it out of there if it starts going that direction anyway. Because
Yeah,
we don't like to do that stuff
Mu-
here.
Shit.
Much prefer talking about mountains that look like nipples. Maybe
Yes.
only French people.
Yeah.
It's just a better topic to talk about.
Okay,
I'm missing a bunch of people on my this flight.
I've actually seemed to have got everyone this week.
Jackson
Good.
Hole is actually a really cool airport to fly into.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
I downloaded some scenery for it because the default was kind of trash, and then I went to fly into there I flew out of Denver, and it was literally like zero visibility all the way down to the runway, and I was like, well, this is great.
Nice.
It's like super. This is
Oh, I should have
know.
gotten the scenery then.
less than quarter-mile visibility, something like that. I was like, there might be a runway down here, maybe.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah.
So-
Pretty cool here though.
We've been down the crack of a butt, and now we're going to Jackson's Hole. What the hell is wrong with people around here?
Yeah, well, they're lonely, man. That's just kind of the way it is.
I like butts.
It's the mountains, man.
It's the mountains. It's the mountains that do it, man. It's just, it happens.
Yeah.
Make sure you're all lubed up to grease the
Yeah.
landing at Jackson's Hole.
It's the
Oh,
air gets
God.
really.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that, did he? Yes, he
He
did.
might have. He might.
He's Australian,
Keto
47.
heat too, if you had it, because you might get iced in. I got 2
Not
degrees
great.
in these mountains.
I'm taking the road down below.
Probably the safest bet. Dragon's taking the old dirt trail. Sorry.
Not
Don't
sorry.
be.
Not sorry. Oh, God.
Who put that power line there?
Yeah, right.
Just jumps out at you, hey.
That one I don't think actually had any wires strung, but it was still like the pole was literally right in the middle of the runway.
The scenery coming over those mountains, that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Are you under the weather up there, Will?
Just barely at the moment. Gonna
See
have to
clear
just.
air?
What's that?
Can you see clear air the other side?
Yeah. I mean, you basically just have to. You're gonna have to skirt just over the tops of these mountains to stay underneath it.
So you need to go under the skirt to Jackson's Hole.
That's right. Yep.
Right on. You guys are disgusting. Bad influence.
Says the Australian.
Says yeah,
Hey.
exactly.
Hey, being a criminal's in my heritage.
Yeah,
Sounds
I have an
easy to
excuse. I was born into it. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Well, maybe on the far side here. I'm not sure. It kind of lightens up over a ridge line, but it's still hard to say. Question is, am I gonna catch a random downdraft that throws me into the trees?
Is there still that hoon driver epidemic going on in Australia? Like people doing a burnout?
What are you talking about? That's not an epidemic. That's our national sport.
So that's culture, man.
Well,
Yeah.
in America, it's like hoon again, hoon culture is good, but in Australia they have what's called hoon laws. burnouts, donuts, street racing, and they call them hoon laws. I know it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's all about showing the cops that you can do a better doughy than them.
There's one video, a police officer was doing a burnout. I think he got sacked, or at least they were talking about sacking him.
Oh, Makoda.
Commendation, mate.
I can spot some blue through the clouds here, so it looks like they're actually not super tall. Maybe, let's see, what are we at? 9,000?
And 9,400? Yeah.
Looks like, yeah, they might be up to about 10,000 maybe, the tops.
Yeah. I wouldn't go much higher than that.
Well, I'm not gonna go over them. I'm just gonna cruise underneath them. But it's pretty thin layer, a couple thousand feet at most, maybe.
Oh, got -2 on the OAT. Cheeto on.
Oops, go around that. No, save it for Jackson's hole.
Jesus.
What a lovely trip.
I could do more Wyoming flying. Doesn't happen.
Got some snow caps over there, looks like. But I can't tell if that might just be satellite imagery. I don't think it's actually. Hard to tell at the wait. Yeah, I think that's just the image. I think that's just the satellite imagery. I don't think that's actually Sim trying to put the snow in, because none of the trees or anything have snow on them, so I think it's just the.
I wonder how the Astro is handling the icing.
Badly.
Curious.
The Astro pilot's handling the ice.
You might be able to put a badass engine in there, but
yeah.
I don't know. Them blades get iced, you might be in trouble.
I still don't get icing. It's so weird. I don't know why.
It's broken in the sim, I think.
Yeah, my windows are covered.
Oh, well, that's good to know. It's not broken.
You know, I wonder if there's something in the config file that I went through early on when the icing was really broken, like the early days of the sim, and everything just iced over for no reason. I wonder if I went in there and changed
Turned it off,
one of in the config file, and it's just still at 0.
Yeah, I know there's a place that you can adjust it or turn it off or whatever.
Yeah.
It's starting to ice up now as well. Where's the buttons for that in that Frankenstein Cessna you got me to download, Silky? Can it de-ice?
No. There's no windshield de-ice in that, I don't think.
Oh, nice.
You just gotta lean your head out the window.
Yeah.
It's fine. Just
I'll
lean your
start
head out.
huffing on the windshield.
I'm heading into the valley of Jackson Hole, and yes, there is snow in the valley. I believe it is generated from.
Yeah, it looks like across the valley there actually may be a snow line. So.
Because I think we're leaving like any maritime influences of weather from the west coast, so now the weather's harsher here. We have to remember the west had a very snowy winter.
Oh. These mountains actually look like garbage before the last USA update. They were really bad.
Kinda tempted to just go to normal weather.
It is cool though, the way the clouds are working. I do like the dynamic weather.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to. This is the second time I've flown into Jackson Hole randomly, and I can't even look at the mountains.
Yeah, few clouds looks good. I'm gonna stick with that.
It looks good. I don't know. It's not fogged in at all.
Oh, I'm almost completely socked in on my side.
Oh, you are now, but once you get into the valley, it'll be fine. I'm ahead right now.
He's in the valley. He's right in front.
Yeah, I can't see the cloud. Or I can't see the mountains. It's socked in. So we're gonna go to double cloud stack. Where's it at? There we go. Or not.
I can see Jackson's hole. He's got a nice little landing strip happening.
I'm not even touching that.
There we go. Yeah.
Getting icing on my windscreen.
Yep, me too. Actually, on my wings even.
I don't see my wings.
It's alright. Just gotta believe they're still there. You'll be good.
Now, how come every time I approach an airport it freezes up? I think it happens for everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's hitting your CPU load with the static objects that are loading in.
I'm just worried that one of these days I'm going to CTD on a final because of that.
Well, that's happened to, I'm pretty sure, all of us at some point.
Not to me, but I'm
Actually-
fearful it will.
I actually haven't
you
had
get
that
that-
issue since I upgraded to the X3D. There's not
Do
virtual.
that freeze
cache.
right before you touch down?
Yeah.
Or even when the airport becomes in sight.
Yeah, it's just all those static objects loading in.
I usually get it right before touchdown.
Yeah, I have it on final approach.
Yeah, there's a good
halfway
look at the
point.
mountains now. Look at that. Gorgeous.
What's the river that's running through here? It's huge.
Is the Snake River.
Ah,
This is a good, it's a pretty famous whitewater rafting spot as well right here.
yeah, it looks like it goes on forever.
Popular.
Some good whitewater raft just south of Jackson.
Yeah, I guess. Which I thought it would have been earlier on, but I guess Jackson Hole, the longtime residents are starting to get pushed out because now a lot of the folks from California and stuff like that have decided to get out of the state and move to certain places, and Jackson Hole is one of them, and they're basically willing to pay
Utah is
whatever
one of them.
for the housing, and it's just driving up property taxes and everything. And it's like long-time residents are getting priced out.
Utah is
Oh, you
also
know,
one of
another
those
place.
Yep.
It's Los Angeles, Montana.
You mean Bozeman?
Yeah,
Oh,
Los Angeles.
Angeles.
Oh, I left the
Bozeman?
scenery.
Bozeman's
Isn't that where
like
the-
fucking nothing. But yeah, it is pretty popular.
Isn't that where the Zephyr Cochrane Memorial is?
Yeah, yeah.
Nerds.
Who's that?
It's a Trekkie reference.
I thought he was born in Iowa. I mean, I don't know where he was born.
That's
No.
Kirk.
Kirk was
Iowa.
born in Iowa.
Oh, okay.
Zephyr Cochrane was basically the founder of Warp Drive.
Right, okay. Oh, the guy that played that was played by the guy from Babe,
Oh, well,
the old guy that's in everything.
exactly him.
That guy. That'll
guy.
do big.
That's not me.
It's not, yeah, it's not Rexpo.
Hello, Tetons.
Yeah, it looks nice. I guess I did leave this. Did I? Actually, maybe I didn't. No. I actually don't know. Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is that scenery. Oh,
that
it's gotta
bounced.
be. Bonk.
Rough landing.
Yeah, yeah, way rougher than I want it. Whoa.
That's what she said.
But it's alright. Popped
Actually,
in flats a little too soon.
Well, another good airport to fly into is Telluride, the Honda jet. That's a good approach.
yep.
Always best to ride in a private jet. It's fun, challenging but fun.
I'm gonna have to love yous and leave yous here. Going somewhere this Arvo.
It is an Astro.
Yep.
That's funny.
It is funny, isn't it?
Someone in the little Mini
Where is
500 managed to keep up the whole way too.
Yeah. All right, 10-minute breaks. Everyone down? What do we got?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yep,
3
taxi.
minutes.
Alright.
Copy.
Is it 11:05? So 15 after.
Alright,
I'm
y'all.
good.
Enjoy your flights. Have fun.
Take it easy, man.
Take care.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.
another one.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't think everyone's back yet.
Ready to go.
Let's head down here to the active.
Alright, folks.
Off we go. Woo!
Hey, Eights, what do you think about that, the caribou?
I like it.
Yeah?
It's solid plane.
Cool. I've got it. I haven't flown it yet. I'm thinking about what I want to do with it.
Highly recommended buying it.
Yeah, I would just try flying it.
There's a mod for it that gives you a rudimentary autopilot, just level and heading and altitude,
Crap,
which is
that's all you
handy if
need.
you're flying.
I was gonna say
Yeah, that's all
you
I
need
ever
anyway.
use when I use it at all. Yeah, when I use it at all, that's all I ever use.
Expo, it's
Hey,
really
Rex,
interesting that you turn into a robot after our 10-minute break. Almost,
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
almost
you're-
every
I
time.
don't know why that happens. I don't know why that happened. It didn't happen last time I got it. I think it has something to do with my wireless headset.
Might be your bandwidth, because you're sounding like your connection's cutting in and out or something.
Agree. Yep.
How did I fix that last time? I think I signed out and back in again on the Discord server. Did that make a difference?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Sing us a song, we'll tell you.
Just signed in, and did that help?
Yeah.
Didn't hear me at all.
I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
But he can't hear us, maybe.
Oh, Jesus.
They really did do a good job with this area.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is really nice.
I'm getting some stutters here in my sim. I don't know if it's in the area or if it's something because it has been on too long or whatever. But wasn't Jackson Hole the home airport of Harrison Ford? I think I read that somewhere.
Not sure.
I thought for him anywhere was an airport.
Even taxiways and those airports.
For sure. That's what happens if you go around flying Millennium Falcon, you just start to assume that you can land anywhere.
Is he actually still flying, or did he give up because he got too old?
I don't actually know. Thinking about it, why the hell do we not have a flying Millennium Falcon in this flight sim?
There is one. It's just
I think
shit.
there's actually one. There's at least an
Yeah.
X-wing, but it's not great.
It's a TIE fighter as well. I think might have been better. I think it was a payload airplane.
Yeah, but I think it got taken down within hours.
Yeah,
or
they-
so.
Yeah. I got mass
Copyright
reported.
claim?
Yeah.
By EA, Disney.
No, I think everybody was
Yeah,
just like the community's just like, no, we don't like this developer, so we're just gonna mass report him.
So it was crap then. But if they actually made it really well to do TIE Fighter, then, well, you know, there's no point to that. You know why? Because there's a game called Star Wars Squadrons, where you can fly all those craft in VR and actually do combat with them. So I think, because I have that game, I haven't played it in a while, but I think that makes addition of any of those crafts to this game useless.
Oh, that's the Pelican that they got.
Yeah, which is actually good fun.
If anyone wants to see what it looks like at the base of the Tetons by this lake, I posted a photo of myself at the base of the Tetons by this lake in the Expedition Earth Club.
Cool.
Nice.
Sexy.
Oh, I'm sure it would blow this out of the water. What it looks like. I mean, it's good
Oh,
as
nice.
it is, but it's sim. But I mean, in real life, I'm sure. Wow. Sim here, I feel like we've lost a ton of people. That's according to my map. We have a few of us flying.
I only see 3 people ahead of me, 2 people ahead of me.
Yeah, it's
Aaron's Guts and Ryder WPA.
see, I've got
And I'm
Dragon, Smitty,
Whatever
Silky.
Oh,
I think I see everybody actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
Currently.
there's several people there.
I got 3 ahead of me, and
Yeah, Rayleigh, because you're up front and everyone else is probably in that weather behind us.
No, I'm looking at my
I got
map,
8 or 10.
9,
and I see only a couple
10,
people even.
11.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's just your connection. The sim's been dropping people back and forth since the
Yeah,
last
not a lot of-
update.
Had a lot of problems with that. Yeah.
I've got 11 or 12.
Yeah, that's about what I'm seeing.
I've got 2. I had Railer, but he disappeared on me now.
He's ahead of me.
He's literally just in front of you, Doc.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't got him.
About 1,000 feet below you.
Nope. Nope, 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 and nope.
Well, that sucks.
Most of this flight, I've had only 2 or 3 people showing up.
Wow.
I don't know where anybody is. I can fly right through them and not even know.
Now there's a few more. I see one right above me, actually.
Sure. So we go to Jellystone today then.
We're going to
Hey, boo-boo.
Yellowstone.
Boo boo.
First waypoint is
boo boo.
Yellowstone.
Is that a picnic basket?
Faithful.
Here's some bush
The
pilots. They're
first
coming
waypoint
in.
is Shoshone Lake, and then the second waypoint is Old Faithful.
AKA Times Square in the in the west.
Kind of, not really, but Times
Well,
Square
yeah.
is like Las Vegas in the west.
Well, you know what I mean. It's just like a saying because there's so many damn people come to Yellowstone. Well, at least when the weather's good.
And then when the weather is good and when the weather is bad, they both have their merits.
Yeah, these flights with no one around is getting kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only luck I have is like Silky and Feelgood and Wayland and I all flew on the East server to do some cross Canada stuff and didn't have a problem almost the whole time.
It varies, because I've been on East server and it's been fine, and then I've been on East server and dropped everybody like for like 30-40 minutes at a time, and then they'll pop back in. So it's, but the same thing happens on West server. I don't know if they've changed something with how they filter connections and stuff. Obviously you're still there, but people just can't see you, so, or if it's just, you know, typical Sobo BS,
Yeah,
which that's probably what it is.
Half an hour before this flight, I was over Pakistan on the Silver Spitfire, and I keep getting offline message and online message and offline message. Like, just sort your shit out, Jesus Christ.
Yep, I had that last night.
It's not a good advert for Azure services, is it?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Cabin
But
temperature
at least
sensors.
At least they fixed this issue that they would take you offline completely, because there was supposed to be a connection issue. They fixed that. I'm very grateful for that because it really cost me time with some kind of nerves.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, they've been like kind of like false positives, because they'll say you're offline, but like nothing drops out. Like your scenery and stuff all stays the same and stuff and whatnot, and then it'll just go, oh, yeah, you're back online.
Yeah, but for me, it was really that it told me that my connection was, or my download, or my bandwidth was too low, and it would switch me to offline. And then all of a sudden, I had well, not the greatest graphics anymore because it was just Smash.
Right.
And it switched back. It took me, I don't know, 3 or 5 minutes to get back online, and then 5 minutes later, it might decide to do so again. So that was really almost unplayable for a while.
Yeah.
It's dumb anyway, because it's nothing to do with the speed of your connection. It's the speed that you're getting from their servers.
Right.
So it's actually our connection isn't fast enough to serve what you're asking for. I know, but let's just take you offline.
Right.
Done and done.
What is this?
Followed the whole my beer.
This region is really nice.
Yeah.
It is.
Of course, now that we've got Jackson Hole, all the weather's behind us.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're gonna have to climb. Ooh. At least I am going to have to. Here, let's
Minimum
go.
altitude is like 8,800.
Yeah.
9,000.
Going up to 95.
I would do 10,000.
What?
Ooh, shh.
Where are you guys at?
I was dialing. What?
What do you mean you have to climb?
Oh, I was cruising at like 8,000. I'm like, I'm too low.
Remember, you're like basically flying over the largest super volcano in the world, so you're really on top of a huge mountain. You might not feel like it.
Yeah,
You're also
it's
flying over what's basically gonna end humanity one day when this super volcano blows.
Supposedly.
Well, it hasn't gone in 640,000 years, but we'll see.
bring it.
Right. Let's roll.
Let's
Recreate
let's
what
do
happened.
this.
We should recreate 2012. You know, that runway that's disintegrating, and then trying to get out of Yellowstone. That airplane as the runway's disintegrating.
Well, they had the one lake. I don't know. I haven't heard about that in years, but they had the one lake that was kind of slowly moving because the land was rising up underneath it from the cold era. Not sure which one it was though.
Yellowstone Lake, I think.
Was it Yellowstone Lake? Okay, yeah, that's what I
think
figured.
so.
Yeah, the one side of it was raising up, so the whole lake was kind of shifting.
They had some bison die there during winter cold, so the bison got down into a low spot where the heat was coming up, and apparently some of the gases from the volcano were from underground coming up and had settled in on that low area.
Oh yeah, suffocated him.
Suffocated them, yeah.
Yep.
So Yellowstone last exploded since 100,000 years ago.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But then at that time we still had almost human beings. I mean, how did the ecosphere survive that? Or was it a small eruption?
That was huge.
It was a big
massive.
eruption. Yeah.
A major eruption.
Yeah, because like I said, they've found
Geologic evidence.
geologic evidence and material from the explosion, and at least in
I believe it.
as
Don't get
as
me wrong, I
far
believe it.
east as the
I'm
Mississippi here in
wondering
the U.S.
if this is such a basically nuclear winter event, how did the ecosphere survive that eruption 600,000 years ago?
Well, you
Because
know,
that's in
all of
terms.
us alive
Oh, the
today are
Earth went
probably
into.
descended from 4,000 people that survived this super eruption in Toba, which is somewhere else, but it was like a super eruption that killed all but like 4,000 people that were survived. That was the whole human race at the time that
The
survived.
Earth went into ice for like a year or 2 years after the Yellowstone eruption, because it basically blocked out the sun.
Well, the Earth did that like 200 years ago to a lesser extent. During 1816, a year without a summer. Yeah, we flew over Mount Tambora on the journey flight, and I was pointing it out that crater was the reason why it snowed in like Montreal in the summer of 1816.
Yep.
Yeah, back there when everyone was already underground in the cave anyway.
That's what they say. No, people did live in caves, and those are just the only remnants of those human cultures, because anywhere else did not survive. Preservation.
Yeah, okay, but 600,000 years ago we didn't have much of a culture anyway. I mean,
Venus amoebas.
That was more like 600 million years ago.
Anyway, it's not some super volcano you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Big solar flares nowadays.
Yeah. And if she goes, you still ain't gotta worry about it.
Yeah.
Not for long, anyway.
I still prefer alien invasions.
Yeah, it seems more clear cut, doesn't it, really?
It depends on the alien, I think.
It's something that we prepared for. I mean, what are all these movies good for?
There was a TV advert in the UK, TV advertising actually, and there was this huge alien invasion, and they were all like really gnarly looking aliens, and they got out their ships and they got their laser guns and all the rest of it. And then some human guy who's filming the aliens accidentally steps on the whole fleet.
I'm just telling you, if Cad Bane shows up, I'm running, dude. I'm just letting you know.
Looks like we just passed over the visitor center of Yellowstone, coming up on waypoint 2.
Oh, you guys are up there a little ways, yeah.
People again.
Yeah, waypoint 2, you might want to land and look at the geyser.
Oh, is that Old Faithful? There's a big building there. I thought it's just a visitor center.
I mean, it is, but that's also where Old Faithful is.
Good to know. Let's see.
I want geysers that erupt.
This one does.
Old Faithful erupts.
I want volcanoes that smoke.
This one does not.
No volcano smoke. It's bad for the health.
No, I gave up volcanoes years ago. It was...
Yeah.
Got too expensive.
Yeah, it's just, you know. Oh, is that some ice I see on the screen? Maybe it's not broke.
Looks like a whole divided highway over there.
I'll be damned, I am actually getting icing. I am amazed. I've just been weirdly unlucky, I guess.
Yeah, I got a little bit on mine, just starting to pop
I mean,
up.
it does depend on the aircraft as well.
Yeah.
So maybe you
Right.
find stuff that won't ice ever.
Maybe.
Okay, so I assume landing on a national park is so allowed by the FAA. Oh my god, it's erupting! Holy crap, the geyser's actually erupting. It's in the sim.
Yeah.
Prepare to take down this telephone number.
Got a number for you, call here?
I was not expecting it. I thought that...
When did that come? That came with the USA update, didn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
the second one.
Yeah, because it never used to do anything.
Also, it erupts way more often than it does in real life.
Right.
Yeah,
What
I
is-
think they
what
want
is it in real life? Is it like every 8
Oh,
minutes or something?
Yep, there it is.
About every 90 minutes, I think.
Is it
80 to 90
I
minutes.
thought it was an
80,
hour,
90,
I
right?
think.
30 or 60 or something like that, yeah.
I'll be damned, look at that. It is erupting. How about that?
Time to land. I'm gonna lose my pilot's license, but it'll be worth it.
Take a selfie. So you have
Worth it!
This whole
Right.
basin is full of geysers.
It's probably even better than real life because there's no crowds. Look at that.
Just check your picnic baskets are secure.
My name is Ranger Yogi. I will be inspecting your cargo.
Are you looking for honey specifically, or?
No. Just contraband.
Now
No
let's try
outside. No outside food or drink.
and what happens if I taxi right into the geyser? Let's see what happens.
Nothing.
You think I'm gonna be launched into the air, gonna drop into a hole?
No, you
You
probably
will
taxi
not-
right
not-
across it would be my
Yeah.
guess.
You'd be
Yep.
right.
It's just an effect.
Am I like blocking you from seeing it now?
Completely unplayable. Completely unplayable. I want my money back. Geyser should toss airplanes.
As Minnie or whatever he's in, Cowan wants to have a go at landing. See how he makes it out. Oh, yeah.
And he's in a spin? No. Alright. Still feel like there could be a little bit more work done to this area because all the hot springs and stuff that are around. I mean, you can see them obviously, but you know, it's just like them to go in and really make it neat.
Orbix had a great scenery, Yellowstone,
Could they?
back in, I think it was P3D or FSX, I forget what.
Mm-hmm.
And it had several erupting geysers and had forest fires burning out. Well, now there's another geyser or a steam over here to my right. Oh yeah, lots of steam. There's Old Faithful.
I'm just wondering, was P3D only played by like serious pilots? Because this was like a training software, or I guess.
I mean, there's plenty of people that still play it, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
I preferred it to FSX. Much preferred it.
Well, to FSX, I would.
Oh yeah, it was an improvement on FSX.
yeah, it was
Well, I just started as a licensing of the software because when Microsoft closed Dovetail Studio or Aces, whatever developed Flight Sim, they closed the studio down. They, I think, franchised it out to Lockheed Martin to develop for flight training. I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I'm surprised at all this here. That's great. I've not flown this since that update, the last up on this area.
Cool,
The
cool.
damn parking lot's full of cars.
I know. Where the hell is he supposed to land? Alright. Back to it. No. Up.
Are we? Is this airport like in no man's land? I think there's like an area in the western part of the park that's in Idaho, where all crime is legal. Basically, it's no jurisdiction.
Welcome to the purge.
There's just one catch though. Any instrument you do to commit the crime has to also be sourced in that area though. You can't actually buy something from an area that's not in that area because then it still could be considered in their jurisdiction.
Over.
That leaves Chicago out, huh?
That sounds like the Hunger Games. I mean.
If they can make all those geysers steam, they can sure as hell animate some waterfalls.
Dang. How
You
much of a
would think.
CPU hit it is.
Wonderful.
I know that there's a few decent waterfall add-ons now, but I've not tried any of them because I don't spend enough time around any of those places to justify it.
I had the freeware version of Jefferson's Victoria Falls. Great,
Oh, sure.
but it killed my sim rate. It was just too much for my system.
Sure.
But it looked awesome. I saw some streams of it, and it looked really nice, really good. My PC just doesn't do this.
Yeah. Is the light just not coming?
Yeah, flipping slammed over this train, this wind.
Yeah.
Yup.
Caribou's wings drop almost every 30 seconds. You have to like do full right or left on the yoke.
Mm.
Counteract that. But I like it. Makes you feel like you're really flying something heavy.
It has a nice feel.
Yeah.
She said.
There it is. There it is. Well, I'm gonna have to get down below because I am icing up again.
Should have never said anything.
I know you shouldn't have. What the hell? Well, it looks like this is our final stop anyway, so I'll be okay.
Yeah, that Orbex tree had West Yellowstone. It had the geyser basin and animated forest fires in season. You could check them out.
Do you think that was
And
modeled into the?
Animals going across the runway.
Yeah, that's what we need here.
Yeah, moose are three. You heard about?
Couple two tree them elk. Yeah, I wonder if, because I remember back in FSX where they had the mission stuff, which I thought they were supposed to be bringing to the sim. It's to this sim. But I think I remember like during some of the missions and stuff, there was like you could fight forest fires and stuff. So I wonder if those effects and stuff were kind of native to the sim, and they're not in this one, so that's why no one's done it yet.
Isn't there
all
a
the fight
firefighter
stuff.
mission with the helicopter? With the
Yeah, but it's all custom.
Yeah, it's all stuff that they've custom done. Yeah. Of course, you got Kev importing translucent domes with the aurora around his tracks that he's building.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I gotta go find those to do my Astro. It should be like an Astro 1 like kind of tournament or something. I'd like to do that. Well, I still have to get some more practice with that thing though.
Yeah, no, I thought.
Wait, did he run out of juice or?
What's that?
Where's our Astro pilot who was joining us for a while? Did he run out of juice or?
I don't know. I saw him at Jackson.
So,
That was the last place I saw him.
Yeah.
But he would have burned through battery long before then, so he's
Yeah.
definitely running a mod for it.
Well, actually, all you gotta do is just click the battery icon, like where the.
Oh, and it
battery is.
refills.
Well, you can't
Yeah.
do it while you're flying. You have to land, unless you're maybe the mod changes that. But
Okay,
So
yeah,
he-
he on the
he-
ground, but that's still not that hard to do.
unmod.
Yeah, but
you
he
have to
kept up
land.
with us the whole time, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess can you do the unlimited fuel?
No, it
Trick
doesn't
is-
use fuel. It doesn't use fuel.
That's what I was just curious if it was tied to something like that, or if
Nope.
like if you could go into weight and balance stuff and just be like, I
It's
want
not in the
unlimited
weight
fuel.
imbalance. It's actually configured
No,
differently.
I get that now. I understand that. I just wasn't sure if it was tied to that or if that's how they were keeping the battery level.
Alright.
But I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be able to land here either way because the runway's long enough, but just beware there is quite a wind coming from the northeast. Yeah. No, southwest.
Southwest, yeah.
Live weather or just
Live.
So I'm landing the wrong way. Oh well.
Yeah, but you'll make it. It's a long enough runway, but.
Why are my cabin lights on? That's weird. They shouldn't be. Swing in here behind this A320. Oh yeah. Dragon with a little bit of crab. A little bit.
Probably got that on the butt.
Yeah, well, it'll happen, you know.
Nice. Gentlest of landings.
Nice.
No!
Dragon.
Stalled it.
Whereas the wolf.
No, you know. Wouldn't be,
Distracted by that A320, right?
I know, it's just... Got a really nice tail section, that's all. Is there an add-on airport for here? Because
Yeah, there
Dark's
is.
float. I was gonna say, because Dark's
Yes,
floating
there
over the
is.
runway.
Dark posted about the add-on. I just forgot.
Oh, I missed it then. Yeah, that's why I was like, that's weird. Gotcha.
Or Dark has some very mad hovering skills in a Kodiak.
He does. Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Bit of headwind, and you could do it.
Yeah.
His motor's not even running. I don't think so.
Yep, add that. Yellowstone. Cool. Yeah, we like threaded in between like two fronts here. I was just looking at the weather map.
Oh, that's not good. Not good. Going around. Whew. Maybe not. Wow.
You're down, Sylvie. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Hey, at least I'm not in the trees. Yeah, she decided she just wanted to go left. And the wheels hit the ground.
No, that's an avionics bug. No wonder my autopilot stopped working. Weird.
Hello, everyone. We haven't clicked fly now yet, right?
Sorry, what was that?
Does it matter if we wait for the fly now or to click the fly now?
You can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Everybody's floating up in the air, except with us. I must be the only one that had the scenery. What's a levitating airplane?
Looks like everyone's down. Waylon
Cool beans.
might be just touching down now. Oh, good flight, y'all.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
Everybody disappeared. Yeah, it was. My bandwidth is too low for data streaming. You've been switched to offline mode. So we'll get your shit together. My bandwidth is fine.
Alright, guys, I've got to bounce. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good
Yeah.
day.
Y'all.
Y'all take care. See ya.
The fellow with the bandwidth.
That was great flight.
If you're using map enhancement, just stop it and restart it, it should correct the host file.